Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Eric Johansson, a teacher with LSAT Demon. With me is Nathan Fox, co-founder of LSATdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. Today, an email from Olivia.
Olivia says, "Hi, I'm taking my first LSAT in the spring and I'm officially about to start studying. I'm going to take a practice test this weekend to judge where I'm at, to see what I should focus on, etc. I was wondering, do you suggest taking first practice tests under real LSAT conditions like timed, not being able to pause, etc.? I can't decide if I want to do that to get the feel of what it'll be like, or just focus on learning the questions and seeing where I fall."
Feels like a false dichotomy to me.
Yeah,
I think you can do both of those
agree.
things, Olivia.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the only way that you can get a cold diagnostic is to do a timed test that you can't pause cold. Otherwise, you're getting a kind of a warm diagnostic. Now, what's the value of a cold diagnostic? I don't know. Maybe not that much. The real value, Olivia, of what you're going to be doing on your first day of prep all the way to your last day of prep, the real value is when you make mistakes, you're going to learn from those mistakes. So taking a full timed practice test, yeah, it'll give you a number on the 120 to 180 score scale where you're like, okay, so if I went and sat for the actual test today, that's what I got.
Yeah,
And
but even that
there's,
one number is going to be one of maybe like a 10-point range of
oh yeah,
numbers that you could score on any given
sure,
day.
it
So,
more than 10 points probably. And
yeah.
most people can swing easily 5 points one way or the other, giving them a 10-point range. But many people, and I think the more novice you are, the wider that range is likely to be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a cold diagnostic and you get a 145, I would be like, wow, okay, that's a strong cold diagnostic. You're going to do just fine. But that also could be a 139 tomorrow or a 152 tomorrow, and it wouldn't really surprise me. So yeah, that one number is only just one data point in a long series of data points. But here's my strongest case, I think, for why people should take a cold timed diagnostic is so that you can just fucking get over it. Because many people take months where they build up the full oh my God, I'm not ready for that yet. It's like, what? It's 4 times 35 minutes. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. You'll be done before lunch. Like, what? Why is this such a big deal? Just do it or don't do it. But like, stop strategizing about whether you should do it or not. And the more resistant people are to it, the more I think it's probably a good idea that they just do it. Rip
Yeah.
off the Band-Aid. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Just do it. And if you score literally 120, the lowest you can possibly score, which would be less than random chance, if you manage the elusive 120, it's hard to do. I mean, I guess it's easy if you just don't bubble in bubbles. But if you bubble in bubbles, it's actually hard to score 120. Even if you did, I would be like, okay, well, let's look at your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you scored 170, I would be like, oh, okay, let's look at your mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Same
matter.
thing either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, take it, don't take it. Probably do. Go ahead and take it, Olivia. But if you're going to sit down and do a practice test, and if that is your intention for today, I'm going to do a practice test, then do it under your real LSAT conditions as best as you can simulate them, because you want to desensitize yourself to those conditions, make it seem like it's not that big a deal, start practicing the game that you are going to play on test day. And the number that you get out of it, not as big a deal as just practicing, generating some stuff to review, getting better.
Right.
Yeah.
By timing yourself, you're learning to ignore the clock. That's the most important thing that you're going to get. Well, there's 2 main things you're going to get out of it. Eric already said these, but I'm going to put them in bullet point form. 1, you're going to learn to ignore the clock. You're going to learn that you've got to take your time with it. You're probably not going to finish the sections. That's okay. You just need to turn zeros into ones by solving each question before moving on to the next one. And when you're doing that in drilling, I mean, that's what you should be doing in drilling as well when you're just doing one question at a time. But there it's easier because there is no timed section. There's no timing at all. It's just do the question. On timed tests or on timed sections, people frequently have a difficulty learning. Your job is not to race the clock. Don't even look at the clock. Turn the clock off so you don't have to be distracted by it, and just focus on solving one question at a time, even though the clock is ticking. So, number one, most important thing that you're going to get out of doing time tests or time sections is to learn to ignore the clock. Number two is generate some mistakes so that you can then do the most precious thing you can do with your time when you're an LSAT student, which is reviewing your mistakes. So it's not like you're making mistakes on purpose, but you know that you're going to make some mistakes. And then when you make those mistakes, that's the test telling you what you need to work on. So, like Olivia put, well, maybe I shouldn't do a test. Or, well, no, she said I should do a test to see what I should focus on. Yeah. Basically, to make some mistakes so that you can learn to practice, you can learn from those mistakes. Why is the right answer right? Why is the wrong answer wrong? How is this question 100% solvable? And you learn that from making the mistakes and learning from them. So
Yep.
I guess just I'm taking a long time to say something that's really pretty simple, which is don't pay so much attention to your 120 to 180 score. If you decide to take a test, this is not a measure of your worth. It's a snapshot of today, and the two valuable things that you're always going to get out of it: learning how to, desensitize yourself to the ticking clock, and then two, do the work of thoroughly reviewing all of your mistakes.
Totally agree.
Anything more for Olivia?
No, thanks for writing in.
Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.